This is One Sentence News, a daily podcast featuring 3 news stories with a sentence-long summary and 1 sentence of context apiece. I'm Colin Wright. This is a sponsored message. I've been using Anchor as my podcast host for a while now, and it's been a pleasure to use. Anchor offers benefits that most other hosts do not. It's free to use, but it also has a collection of tools that allow you to create a podcast completely within the Anchor website or smartphone app. They distribute your show to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all the other distribution channels without any additional effort on your part, and you can make money from your podcast without any minimum audience size. So you can use it as a more traditional podcast host like I do, but it's also got everything you need to start a podcast from scratch. If you're keen to give it a shot, download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. It's Friday, October 7th, 2022. Let's talk about the news. From the Associated Press, North Korea flies warplanes near South Korea after missile launches. Hours after North Korea launched 2 ballistic missiles into the sea, their government flew a dozen warplanes close to its border with South Korea, causing the latter to scramble 30 of their own military aircraft in response. Tensions are high between North and South Korea right now, as the North has been testing a lot of missiles, including one recent test that sent a missile cruising over Japan. And the US, South Korea, and Japan conducted joint military drills in response. This new round of tests and warplane provocations would seem to be a reaction to the United States' decision to redeploy an aircraft carrier closer to the Korean peninsula, though some analysts suspect this is just another instance of the tried-and-true North Korean strategy of ratcheting up tensions as high as they can before demanding concessions from other governments. From Axios, Biden to pardon all prior federal offenses of simple marijuana possession. As promised during his presidential campaign, U.S. President Biden has announced that he will pardon everyone with a prior federal offense of simple marijuana possession and will call on governors to do the same in the states they govern. It's unclear how many people this will directly impact. Official communications say thousands, but don't get more specific than that. And the Department of Justice has said that they'll implement the decision right away, while also working with the Department of Health and Human Services to review the science on how marijuana should be scheduled under U.S. law, which would likely result in a reduction of its currently quite severe scheduling, which is what determines how people are punished for other marijuana-related offenses, which are not being pardoned as part of this move. And from Reuters, Thailand mourns victims of mass killing. A former Thai police officer has killed 36 people, including his wife and child, and 22 children at a daycare center, before then killing himself. Details are still being sorted out, but this former officer was reportedly discharged from duty last year for drug use and had just left a court hearing on a drug-related charge when he went to the daycare center to pick up his child, who wasn't there, and he killed people with a knife and a legally acquired handgun before then returning home to kill his family and himself. This is one of the worst massacres in modern history in terms of the number of young children killed, all of them 2 to 5 years old. If you're finding some value in One Sentence News, consider leaving a quick review wherever you get your podcasts and/or sharing the show with a friend. You can find out more about this show or subscribe to the email version at onesentencenews.com. And you can support this and other related projects, like the Let's Know Things and Brain Lenses podcasts, at understandery.com.